Sony has been pretty quiet when it comes to PlayStation 5's reveal for a very long time now, and recently there were rumors about Sony revealing the new PS5 on 29th of February, but that ended up not happening, probably due to the new coronavirus outbreak. Now, a couple days ago, we received a massive leak about the new PS5 Pro version coming from a very trustable source, Zenji Nishiwaka, who is the Japanese journalist. And Zenji has been known to be a very trustable and credible source when it comes to PlayStation leaks in the past. But previously, Zenji had also reported on the PS4 Pro and Nintendo Switch a few months before they were officially announced. And he had also given us plenty of information about the plans of Sony on how they wanted to release a mid-generation console back in 2016. Now, it seems though that Zenji is stating that Sony is indeed going to be releasing two new PS5 models, one being the standard edition of the PS5 and the other being the PS5 Pro, a very similar sales model compared to the PS4 and PS4 Pro versions. Now, the reason why I say Zenji Nishiwaka is a pretty credible source is because he has also been credited in a PS4 game called The Last Guardian. Now, however, it is not to be surprised to see that Sony is launching a new PS5 Pro version, because we already have experienced how Sony and Microsoft want to go with the mid-end console and then the base-end consoles a few years after the first standard version is out. But according to Zenji Nishiwaka, both the PS5 and PS5 Pro on the same day during the holidays of 2020. Now, this was not the same case a few months ago when Sony patents were filed and Sony was only going to be launching one model for this generation. But now it seems like there's been change of plans for Sony. Maybe this is due to Microsoft announcing that they're releasing two new models of Xbox consoles. One being the Xbox Series X, which is the high-end version with 12 teraflops, and the other one is going to be the lower version of the Xbox Series X, which is said to be priced at $100 to $150 lesser compared to the Series X console. Now, since Microsoft has announced two console models to be released on the same day during the launch of the Xbox Series X, maybe Sony had changed up their plans with the PS5 and they too wanted to go with two different console models. But agree it or not, we all already knew that Sony was indeed going to be launching a mid-generation PS5 Pro console, but that is probably supposed to be coming out 2 to 3 years after the standard edition gets released at a pretty similar price to the PS4 Pro and the PS4. But since Xbox is releasing a much cheaper version and a high-end expensive version of the Xbox, I think Sony indeed wants to give them a rival challenge with the new PS5 Pro being released at the same time as the PS5. Now, according to Nishiwaka here, the PS5 Pro will be costing somewhere about $100 to $150 more than the basic PS5 console. And he also states that Sony is taking this approach because it does acknowledge the interest in a high-end model and wants to give players what they want right from the beginning of the generation. Now, looking at some of the business sides of things, I think this is something that Sony is forced to do right away because of losing the title of being the most powerful console of the generation, which can indeed impact the sales of the consoles in a massive scale. I mean, we may think that the PS5 will have more and better games than the Xbox Series X, so even with lesser power, Sony would still beat the sales against the Xbox consoles, but that is not going to be how the reality works. Because when it comes to normal general consumers who aren't really into all the updated news and what's going on with the gaming industry, and of course who are not subscribed to my channel, these people might so these people might not know how Sony is better than the Xbox in exclusives and other aspects when it comes to console wars. But when they go to YouTube search and type a PS5 versus Xbox Series X, all they would see is that Xbox console is better than the PS5 in hardware comparison, which might make them think that the Xbox is better than the PlayStation in all ways. So losing the battle of being the most powerful console would impact the sales of the consoles during its launch, which I think could be the biggest reason to why Sony has released a new PS5 Pro version along with the PS5 standard version, just because Microsoft is doing it and Sony doesn't want to lose the market to Xbox. But now it is the matter of question left to us gamers who actually live and breathe gaming every single day. So what do you guys think about the new PS5 Pro being released along with the PS5 standard version? Do you think this is a good idea or a bad one? I mean, everyone's hyped for the next gen PS5 console, so if you do end up buying one, then would you save up an extra $150 and get the PS5 Pro, or would you not spend the extra $150 and get the standard PS5 edition? Let me know what console would you guys prefer to buy and why in the comment section down below. Me personally, I would directly go for the Pro version just because that is a guaranteed future-proof for your console and you don't have to upgrade to the Pro version later on again in the future. And the most important thing of all is the feeling of satisfaction that you are playing a game on the maximum setting that's possibly available. So at the end of the day, if this turns out to be true, then I would totally suggest you guys to go save up the money, whatever extra few bucks that is, and go for the PS5 Pro right away from the launch day. And now, speaking of the next-gen consoles, we have something that is truly representing what the next-generation gaming really means. The PlayStation VR 2.0. Now that we know what the PS5 is going to be like and all the new features available in it, but apart from that, we recently received a brand new patent filed for all the new PS5 VR 2.0 controllers. Now, this new Sony PS5 VR was filed under the World Intellectual Property Organization in 2018, but then it was kept as a secret for about 2 years now, and the patent file was made available for public viewing on their official patent website a few weeks ago. Now note this, that the patent file only shows that the PS5 VR controllers and not the headset for the PlayStation VR. Now the description of the controller given is said to be pretty much similar to what we have seen with the new PC VR hardwares, with one of the recent one being Valve's index that is being used for the new Half-Life Alyx, where the controller is manufactured with finger sensors and pressure points which can now follow the movement of each finger joints and move while you're equipping it in your hands. Now there's also a trigger button available on the top of the controller and a movable stick to move your characters in game. Now in the description of the patent file, that also suggests that Sony is indeed working on a next-gen successor of the PS4's virtual reality headsets, which are yet to take a look at the patent until that goes live into the public eyes. And now folks, if you're interested in winning a free pre-order copy of Cyberpunk 2077 and The Last of Us Part 2 Standard Edition, then make sure you guys leave a comment down below telling me the best reason to why you think that the PS5 Pro is either good or a bad idea, and I will pick a winner from the comment section that are the most active supporters to the channel. So I will mail you guys or even DM you guys the pre-order key for both the games on the platform of your own choice. So always feel free to ask me anything and share your thoughts in the comment section. Now if you guys have any video request or a game that you guys want me to cover on my next video, then feel free to let me know and I will read and also reply to all of your comments down below in the comment section. With that being said, if you guys are new to this channel and this is your first time and this is your first video that you're watching on my channel, then you should know that I mainly cover everything related to Cyberpunk 2077 and The Last of Us Part 2 as a main content for the channel, and I also do cover other next-gen gaming topics. So if that's something you guys are interested in watching every single day, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel and turn your video notifications on so that YouTube can notify you whenever I upload my video, which is every single day, 4 videos a day. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Till then, take care fans, and goodbye.